What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Off The Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Texans podcast. I'm here, as always, with Garrett Cade Harrelson. Full legal name out there for him.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't really care.
Who cares? I mean, whatever. Cade.
Yeah, I'm not hiding.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. My middle name's Cade, man. How white is that?
Yeah, it's super. Very.
Yeah,
but that's
super
okay.
white.
But guess what? You're white. So that's okay. You know
Not fully.
Yeah, you are. Today, a lot to talk about. I want to preface this every time we kind of do an episode at this point in the year. It's slow. OTAs is happening, which is exciting.
Slow, but the only thing you're really hearing right now is everyone looks so good.
Yeah, that's pretty much
obviously, right?
Which I don't want to talk about that. I don't want.
No, because we were talking about CJ Stroud last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so good, but also it's like, oh, everyone just looks so good. I guess we have a fucking Super Bowl team, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean that's what's just coming out from all the other players.
Yeah,
That's word of mouth from other players and
Yeah.
coaches. Like, of course they're going to say that.
We were talking about this the other day, and I always find it funny, and because also this time of year is big time Kool-Aid drinking, time. You know what I mean? Like, you got to drink your Kool-Aid. The Texans, a lot of people have high expectations. Fans have high expectations for Stroud and Will Anderson and the team as a whole. But in all these Twitter accounts like NFL Rookie Watch, just if you go through that, every fan base gets excited when there's a tweet from that account about one of their rookies, and they're like, "Oh, they're so good." I swear to God, every single NFL rookie has a tweet.
Actually, no.
They're eye-opening.
Well, Will Levis has one, but it was talking about
really?
how bad he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
there
see
are
that.
like some people that are like,
True.
getting the shaft.
Will
but-
Levis doesn't count. That guy sucks.
Sure, yeah.
No, but
yeah.
most of the tweets I see from that account are like, this kid is the best NFL player.
And then you'll see like Aaron Wilson tweet like, "Oh, Case Keenum was talking about CJ Stroud today, and he was like, he looks like a 4 or 5 year vet out there." I'm like, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's just a nice thing you're saying about him.
So I mean, it's fun. It's fun to read those, and obviously, like, it's fun to get excited. But it's kind of that time of year where it's like, all right, we'll wait till even training camp's a little different. There's a little more going into it when they're in pads and stuff like that. But you really won't know.
I'm getting word that everyone in OTAs right now is a riser.
Yeah,
they're all gonna make the team.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Really
we're actually every player is so good. They're expanding the roster just for us. We can have 70 players on.
They're
the
just
active
all
roster.
too good.
Yeah. But there's still some storylines going around, also around the NFL. We'll touch on here in a minute. And there was a press conference yesterday, which a couple of the stories we're going to talk about came from. First up was Dameon Pierce talking about Bobby Slowick's new offense, how much he enjoys it, and also he says he's been studying a lot of Christian McCaffrey in that offense last season.
That makes sense.
And so I just kind of want to get your thoughts on what we expect from Dameon Pierce. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey's been the best,
otherworldly since drafted. To Carolina, and
his
traded.
numbers I haven't written down last year. Christian McCaffrey last year had over 1,100 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns, and then had 741 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns.
I mean, when C-Mac's healthy, that's almost a 2,000-yard all-purpose guy.
Yeah.
Yardage wise, and I'm not gonna sit around. And scratch my pumpkin patch and say Dameon Pierce is gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
But Dameon Pierce was almost a 1,000-yard rusher, missing a few games last year.
Yeah.
On a bad team, on a bad roster,
Yeah.
on a bad offensive scheme.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's studying what Christian McCaffrey did last year in Shanahan's offense.
Yeah.
Because that presumably will be his role.
Right.
I see him catching passes on videos in the OTAs.
Of course.
Becoming the all-purpose guy.
Yeah.
Which, hey, if you can become a third down back, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing about Dameon, and I'm happy that he's studying Christian. I want every running back in the league should be studying Christian McCaffrey and what he does, right? Everyone. No matter what offensive scheme you're in, whatever it is, the way that Christian McCaffrey just plays the game of football is so beyond most players in the league, most backs in the league. Maybe every single back. McCaffrey might be the best back in the league.
He's probably arguably the most versatile.
Maybe versatile for sure, and Derrick Henry might be better, but I don't even know about that. Honestly, I don't know.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But thing about Dameon is I loved hearing that, and I think this season and I want to get your kind of prediction on it, but I think this season Dameon easily rushes for 1,100, 1,200 yards.
I see that definitely. This is going to be a rushing attack.
Yeah, and
first and foremost.
But when it comes to his passing game, the way they use him, I think he'll have a more productive year. Last year, he had a one touchdown through the air and like 140, 130 receiving yards. I think he has more than that, but I don't think he puts up crazy numbers. I don't think he cracks over maybe 350 receiving yards. And
I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Say 300, something like that, unless he just becomes otherworldly yet route running.
Yeah.
In one off season, and we use him out of the backfield, wheel routes, little screen passes and shit like that. Which I can see us doing that. The thing is, if we're implementing a Shanahan style offense, we are going to be throwing it to running backs.
Yeah.
But Shanahan offense, like 49ers, the past few years, they've had like a committee of running backs.
Yeah.
Until maybe last year when they traded for Christian McCaffrey, and then he became their clear number one.
Yeah.
Dameon's our clear number one. So, other than that, it's Devin Singletary. And
he is our clear number one, but also Singletary had a damn good year last year, too. Singletary is such a good back.
Sure. I would say he's really good. He's going to be a very solid backup, number two option. But I really do think Dameon Pierce has potential to become like a 1,600 yard rusher this year.
Yeah.
He showed all kinds of flashes last year. As a fourth-round pick. No one was talking about Dameon Pierce in the draft.
No.
We drafted him. We turned him into a star, I'd say.
Yeah.
And he's only going to get better, and I think this offense is going to complement him very well.
Yeah, I do too. And one thing I love about Dameon is his personality. He is the best. Like, I don't know if you watched any of the press conference, but the whole time is just... Oh, like he's just calling people baby.
Yeah,
he's
baby.
He's fun.
Yeah, we should start calling each other baby.
Yeah, dude, we do that anyway sometimes.
Yeah, baby.
But anyway, Dameon Pierce also just has fun, and he's so lighthearted, and like he just has he doesn't care.
Like he knows what he's doing.
He dropped a couple shits in the press conference. He was like, "And shit," saying stuff.
He knows what he's doing. He's playing a game.
Yeah.
For his job.
Exactly.
Like he's playing a game. It's not anything more than that to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not life or death for him. It's not I go to war for this, no one
right.
says that. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's playing a game. He knows that. He's having fun out there.
Have a good time. And I have high expectations. If he somehow has like a similar year to Christian McCaffrey in 2022, then oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Good goddamn, right?
I mean,
like that'd be kick ass.
That'd be phenomenal. That'd be amazing.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. That would be Let's hope for that. But as it stands right now, my expectations for him is 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah, easily,
it could range from 1,100 to even 1,500, 1,600.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it'll be 1,600, but who knows?
Maybe that would be crazy.
Arian in his first year as a full-time starter with an offseason under his belt and all that, in his second year, he went off for over 1,600 yards in 2010.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Yeah.
And that was an undrafted guy.
Yeah, exactly. So Dameon is capable. I think he could. I think as long as he stays healthy for the majority of the season, even if he misses a game or maybe one or two, I still think he can get 1,400 yards.
Let's hope he doesn't miss games because that means we would be giving him too many carries, which I don't want. I think last year, because last year we were, please give him carries. What are we doing? After week one, we were like, what the fuck are we doing? And then after that, it was 30 carries a game. We're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, we said carries, not all the carries.
I don't think that's going to change. I think he's going to get a fuck ton of carries.
I don't think he should. Usually in a Shanahan-style offense, a running back doesn't get 30 carries a game. They don't have
carries, but he's going to touch the ball a lot.
Touches, sure.
And
carries,
so even in the way that Pierce plays, the way he runs, if he's touching the ball, he's getting hit. I mean, he hits people. Yeah. I mean, it's more so
he
him
gives
hitting
hits,
people.
not takes hits.
Exactly, but it's still a lot of contact. I think Dameon. I hope we can kind of lower the amount of times he gets hit, but that's just how he plays, honestly. So we'll see. Maybe that's where Singletary will come in, and maybe he'll take some of the weight off of him, so he can play like that and run hard like that more. But we'll see. That's one thing that worries me.
Hey, you're forgetting about our third rusher, man. C.J. Stroud. Hey, well, don't sleep on him being a rusher, man. Let's go.
This isn't a part of the news, but he was getting interviewed about him and kind of Bryce Young. And did you hear what he had a bar about? Like,
what did he say?
They were like, how do you think you can how you compare to Bryce and stuff like that? And he said, I can't run like Bryce, and Bryce can't throw like me. Bar.
Ooh, I know they're really good friends, but
yeah,
that
giving him props for his mobility, but he's like, he can't run like
that Panthers Texans matchup is going to be real.
It's gonna be fun.
Tasty storylines.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Dameon Pierce going into this next season. So excited. I mean, he's definitely one of the guys we're both gonna be looking at the most.
Definitely.
Excited to see what he does though.
Definitely.
Yesterday, DeAndre Hopkins was brought up to D'Amico Ryans. They asked D'Amico what his thoughts are on possibly signing DeAndre. And look, obviously D'Amico's not going to come out and say, please, I want him. We're trying.
He's not getting on his knees.
He's not going to say that.
He's not going to beg for him.
Yeah, he's going to give an answer that's a little more vague. And his answer was, with any player, good players especially, they come up all the time. Nothing's off the table for us. We explore all the options, right? So obviously saying we're interested. They're interested. That to me, that sounds like they've had the conversation and maybe but obviously we know they visited DeAndre, talked to him.
I know last time I said that I think DeAndre is going to sign, and by the time this is out, hopefully, I'm not. Hopefully, we're not like this is just not.
This is coming out today, so
yeah, okay. So
probably not.
No, he's not signed with anyone. Last week I said he's going to sign with us. At this rate, I don't think that anymore.
Right.
I think if he would have, he already would have signed with us because he's already in Houston.
Yeah.
So but I mean, like that answer makes sense because, it makes sense to be interested in all the good players available.
I don't think D-Hop being in Houston and not signing yet has anything because there's been issues with his agents. He doesn't have an agent, and the NFL recently. I was watching Pat McAfee was talking about this. They're like implementing a rule. And I think they're doing it to DeAndre right now, to where players have to be represented.
No more representing yourself?
They're trying to shut it down, and I think that's one thing that's holding up DeAndre's signing wherever. Yeah, Pat McAfee was talking about it the other day. It is very interesting. But so I think I'm not saying I think he is, but I don't think that has anything to do with why he hasn't.
I don't know. I think the ship has sailed, and at this rate, like it may look like he goes to more of like a contender.
Maybe,
I'd say.
maybe. We're going to talk about that later too a little bit, but
I mean,
I do.
Yeah, I don't. At this rate, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, DeAndre, come back, baby. But at the same time, like if you don't, I'm not broken up about it.
No, I'm not either. But I did want to. The reason I brought that up because we talked about Hopkins a lot last episode. We don't need to keep touching on it until we have more news about it. But I do. The quote from D'Amico makes me think that he said players come up all the time. They're probably having discussions about some big notable free agents. And I wanted to ask, do you think the Texans make a bigger splash free agent signing before the season starts, even if it's not DeAndre Hopkins? Because there are some guys available. I have some notables right here. DeAndre's available. Yannick Ngakoue's available. Jadeveon Clowney has D'Amico's talked about Clowney being available and gave us a very similar answer to the DeAndre one.
Okay.
Marcus Peters is available. He's 30. Still probably got some in the tank. Melvin Ingram and Frank Clark are both available too. Some edge guys, D-line guys. I think one of those names makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely at one point in time they were all pretty big names.
Of course.
Yeah. And definitely all like they're not as big. They're not as good as they were.
Yeah. Still talented though.
Still talented.
And a lot of these guys that I just mentioned would in positions on our team would upgrade the position.
No, I don't think we'd make a
No?
free agent signing. Maybe a trade of sorts. But I don't really see us signing one of those just because they're available, I mean, I know that like a guy like Frank Clark could come in and be a veteran and make some kind of big plays and stuff, but I mean, I feel like some of those guys are just I kind of just feel like we're not going to shell out money because we have to. If we feel comfortable with what we have, and we're not going to win the Super Bowl or anything like that, just go in and develop those guys, or just make a trade. We still have hella draft picks for next year.
Yeah.
So make a trade. I don't know. I don't think we sign any of those guys. No, not personally.
I hope we get D-Hop. Obviously, I mean that would make me incredibly happy. I'd like a Yannick Ngakoue sign, or also Honestly, give me Clowney. I mean, even more so for the aspect of kind of what the vibe has been the last year or so, where bringing in the Houston guys, bringing in Case Keenum, bringing in Tank Dell from U of H, bringing in even last draft, bringing in guys from the city, Jalen Petrie, guys like that. They're really trying to win the fan base over in a way.
Yeah.
And I think bringing Clowney back, obviously bringing D-Hop back would
be
the city
huge
we would throw a
for the
parade.
city. Yeah.
But even bringing a guy like Clowney back, who is people like him in the city.
Yeah, I feel like I just kind of feel like Clowney. A lot of people won't care.
Not as much as D-Hop. But
Well,
some
I mean,
people would care.
even like just even despite comparison, they just won't care. You know, I know like my father, and I'm just gonna go on the record and say this: my father never liked Clowney.
Yeah.
Because Clowney was a #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Who, let's be real, didn't really live up to all the expectations
not at
he
all.
was, he given. You know, like he had really good years with us. He was dominant, I'd say. He was a disruptor.
Yeah.
I mean, going from 2016 to 2018, he was very good.
Yeah.
He's very good, but he wasn't #1 overall pick. I think
No.
we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
So I think signing Clowney, obviously you'd be excited. I'd be excited.
Yeah.
Some of the Texans Texans guys on Twitter and Texan girls on Twitter,
I
they'd be
think you're
excited.
underestimating how excited the city would be because of the fact he's a #1 overall pick for us, and we'd be like, well, at least he's back to try to do something. Now, you're right about people not being as excited about him as maybe other players in the past, like people like your father. Like, I get what you mean, but I think it would be a good move, and it would make sense to me. We need help there on the edge. I mean, we do. We have Jerry Hughes, who had a good season last year, but Jerry Hughes is he's about to turn 35.
Yeah.
He's an older guy. Clowney's still youngish.
Who's the guy before? You said Frank Clark. Who was that guy?
Melvin Ingram.
Melvin
Edge rusher, yeah. I wouldn't mind Melvin either. I would like that.
Out of all those, I'd rather have Yannick Ngakoue.
Me too. He's definitely one of the guys. He's younger. He's got more in the tank than some of these other guys.
Yeah.
Yannick would be a really good pickup for us. I think.
And, if we do make any of these signings, it won't be until, like, the middle of training camp.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of these guys aren't going to want to just go to OTAs. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, these
I'm not.
vets.
If I'm a fucking free agent,
If I'm a
veteran free
agent,
agent, I'm not signing with a team and going to mandatory OTAs.
No.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm waiting till OTAs is over. I'm going to training camp.
Yeah.
Maybe even towards the end.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's what's going to happen. These guys are going
I'm
to
lazy.
sign later. All these guys are going to get signed by somebody.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
I don't actually. It's funny. Out of all of those, I don't see Clowney being signed right away. I think
I think a team brings him in. I think a team brings him in before they bring in like Melvin Ingram or Frank Clark.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? Fucking dude, where is Will Fuller at? You know?
Yeah, he's out of the league. He's
Yeah,
done.
I know.
He's
It's like he signed with Miami.
Yep.
2021.
Yeah.
Got injured after like one game. Never signed with anyone again. And
Yeah,
that's
he's done.
Yeah, and I mean not that I think Clowney is done. He's still got something left in the tank, but I can honestly totally see him not being signed to anyone this year until maybe like middle of the season if someone really desperately needs a pass rusher, and then they'll get Clowney. But I can see a world where he doesn't get signed this year.
I could too.
I mean,
wouldn't be
he only had
too
what 2
shocked.
sacks last year?
Yeah, he had 2
Was he
sacks.
injured?
No.
Maybe
Maybe
2
not.
sacks is not a lot of production.
I think he deserves. I think a team gives him a shot. I think he still deserves a chance. JJ had some down years too, but all before his 16 sack season in 2018. So there's still there, and obviously JJ's otherworldly. Like I'm not trying to compare the two.
Yeah,
but
he was injured during those years.
I know, but Clowney's also has dealt with injuries. Not last year, but he has dealt with some injuries. So and maybe he just needs, and he's been working hard. I watched an interview with him. He's still in Houston working. So we'll see. I think he gets a shot somewhere, but
I'd set him on a veteran minimum. For
you
sure.
don't. Oh, for sure. He's not getting a deal.
I'd sign him on a veteran minimum.
He's on a prove a deal wherever he goes.
And I always liked Clowney. I was really excited when we drafted him. I liked him as a dude. So I'd be excited.
Yeah,
I'd be excited for that. But as it stands, I don't really see us signing any of those guys right now.
I don't disagree. I think DeAndre honestly is the most likely, which is weird.
Well,
but
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just receiver room. We talked about it last week. Like you said, it's inexperienced.
Yeah.
and D-Hop would transform that room. Yeah. So it does make sense, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Don't
think so, baby.
Dalton Schultz was being interviewed the other day about his decision to come to Houston and kind of what went into that and why he picked the Texans. And he said, obviously, D'Amico coming in, he's been the defensive coordinator who's kicked us out of the playoffs, kicked me out of the playoffs the last couple of years.
That's right.
Having a defensive-minded head coach with a scheme that I truly have respect for and believe in is a huge part of why I'm here. Just a scheme coming over from San Francisco with Bobby Slowick's offense. He said, it's an offense that I have some familiarity with in my past. Obviously, everyone's been able to see what they've been doing under Shanahan there in San Fran. So having the opportunity to do similar things here is very intriguing for me at the tight end position especially.
So he's basically saying, I came here because of D'Amico.
Yeah, and that's in that Shanahan tree. He also went on to talk about how pretty much every coach under Shanahan has been successful in the league after leaving.
I mean, that's true. The Shanahan tree is very underrated.
It's so good.
I mean, Sean McVay, Zach Taylor,
Mike McDaniels.
Yeah. Like all these guys were coming from, the 49ers or just a Shanahan tree. They're all succeeding. They're all very smart.
Yeah.
They're players coaches as well. Think about this. I think it's very clear that the Shanahan tree is I'm on the same level as my player.
Yeah.
I'm relating to my player. I want to help them as men. I want to help them grow as men.
Yeah.
D'Amico's already shown that. Here's that video of him someone, I forgot what player it was, asking if he was nervous when he got married. He goes, wasn't nervous when I got married. I was nervous when I popped the question.
Yeah.
But at the wedding, I was excited, not nervous.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's stuff that that player's not going to forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that player's not going to forget that. Mike McDaniels, showing watching a movie with Tua on the plane. Yeah. Sean McVay. Players watching Hard Knocks and see him drink rosé with his pretty wife at the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, that's awesome.
That's badass.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
So D'Amico, it just goes to show you, top to bottom, the Texans have put together a very well respected coaching staff that players are gonna just be driven to like a moth to a flame.
Yeah.
Happened with Dalton, I guess.
Yep. And I want to ask you this, and obviously on the surface, the question is going to be well, I don't know, but I want you to give me a percentage chance of what you think the odds are of this happening is, just a 1 to 100%. Just could Dalton Schultz go down as the best tight end that's ever played for the Texans?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kidding.
Obviously, there's been some good ones, but no one other Owen Daniels, probably the best one.
The best one is Owen Daniels.
Yeah.
I think it's very clear.
But after him, it's and OD had a great career here.
You did.
But it wasn't.
A few Pro Bowls.
It wasn't the bad. I mean, it wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't he just,
He was always circled in film. Owen was very dangerous.
Love Owen so much.
Love Owen. Shout out OD, the weatherman.
Yeah, he was out of practice the other day.
Yeah, well, that's nice, man. Oh, yeah, I saw a bunch of players were at practice.
Yeah.
I think he has the potential to.
Percentage chance.
A percentage chance, a number percentage chance.
Yeah, if you had to put it on this percentage chance to be the best Texas.
I'd say right now, he has I think he has a good chance. I think a 65 percent chance.
60, 65
Yeah,
as well.
65% chance to be the best tight end. I mean, like you said, we don't have a lot.
Yeah.
The next best one, who is?
Maybe Ryan Griffin or CJ Fedorowicz.
Yeah, I'm thinking Garrett Graham.
Garrett Graham was nice too.
I don't know. But those are guys that you're
nothing crazy.
Yeah, we're going about that guy. James Casey, who knows? You know? Dalton Schultz is younger. He's still 25.
Yeah.
Something like that, 26, I think.
Yeah, he's 26.
26. He's already had really good years in Dallas.
Yeah.
This offense utilizes tight ends well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has potential for sure. And he has a good chance. The odds are on his side, especially with a good quarterback.
Yeah, well, exactly. And Stroud's going to be hitting Dalton like crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. So I'm super excited to see what Schultz does this season and in the next, hopefully he sticks around for a while. Hopefully he has a good season and we can pay him on a more of a long-term bigger deal. That's kind of what I want to keep him around for 4 or 5 years.
These 1-year deals are dangerous. Honestly, they give me PTSD because I think about Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah.
We gave him that 1-year deal. We're really excited. He had a really exciting year with us.
Yeah.
And then moved on. He got signed somewhere else. I hope that doesn't happen.
I always forget Tyrann Mathieu played for us.
Yeah, and I hope that doesn't happen with like Schultz,
Yeah.
where he signs this 1 year and has a really good season.
Yeah.
Like, well, I imagine he has like 650 yards. 6 or 7 touchdowns, and like he's always like there. He's always like a security blanket, and then just moves on to the.
I'm low-key think Dalton Schultz is capable and have way more yards than that. I think he could be. I think he could be an 800, 900 yard guy.
For sure. I think this offense spreads the ball around a lot, and CJ is going to have to build a
young quarterback like CJ though is going to use Dalton Schultz and Pierce also, but Dalton Schultz as a safety blanket. I think he gets a lot of reception.
Here's our 2 safety blankets. I think they'll. Will be targeted the most this year. I think Dalton Schultz will be targeted a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's always just going to be, underneath routes. He's a good route runner. He's going to be open quite a bit, I think. I think Tank Dell is going to be another guy, but here's the real answer. I think Nico is going to be targeted a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because apparently CJ has been targeting Nico all camp.
Yeah.
And because he's a big 50-50 ball guy.
Yeah.
So I think C.J. Stroud is going to target him quite a bit.
Yeah. I think
so this is going to be Nico's time.
Yeah, no,
this is it.
I love Nico too, and he was also in the press conference yesterday and really talking about how excited he is and really the work he's been putting in to stay healthy, because that's been one thing. It's like last year he was off the field a good amount, and you hate to see that. And so I really hope he can stay healthy and prove, because he has talent, man. We've seen flashes from Nico that are really nice. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what he does. And I think Dalton Schultz is going to have a monster year, honestly.
Monster year?
Yeah.
You thinking like Pro Bowl season?
I think he could be a Pro Bowler, yeah.
Interesting.
He's a damn good tight end.
He's really good, for sure.
Damn good tight end, and also just having Stroud, and I think Stroud's going to hit him a lot. I think he gets targeted.
One can hope.
I think he gets targeted even on the 3 and out. I think he gets targeted most drives, or most. You know what I'm saying? Like every single. He's gonna get a fuck ton of receptions.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see him being a guy like he can lead a game, and he can be the receiving yard leader in a game.
I think that happens multiple times this season. I think he'll lead our team in receiving yards.
CJ Fedorowicz probably.
That's what I mentioned a minute ago. CJ is up there for tight ends in Texas.
If he just would have been able to play a little bit longer. I think so. I think so. I really liked CJ Fedorowicz.
Me too. He was a big motherfucker too.
Yeah,
he was scary.
2016, like he really improved on his hands and route running, and like he was balling.
Honestly. Yeah, he was.
He was balling out.
So, all right, we'll move on. That's done. That's it for the Texans stuff today. I want to touch on some NFL news before we get out of here, really just kind of quick. One, opinion on Josh Allen being the Madden cover athlete.
Oh, yeah, Josh Allen Madden cover.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Fine.
People were like, how did he do it over Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, and all that? I'm like, come on, man. Like, he doesn't have to be the best player all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it can just be a really cool, young, electric player.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the show when they had Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah.
As, people were like, how could you do it over Ronald Acuna Jr. and shit like that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, come on, because it's the obvious one.
It's so boring if they just pick the most
like,
obvious guy every time.
Get a guy who's just like maybe not the best at his position, or maybe not even like
but just a fun
better
player.
than other ones, but he's electric. He's exciting. He's a young player.
Yeah.
And also it's like the Buffalo Bills, they don't get like a lot of love like that.
No.
If there's people, I haven't seen people talk shit about it. There might be people
I haven't
talking shit about it.
seen much about it, to be honest. I kind of didn't even realize it until I was looking up news stories, and I was like, oh, that's right, Josh Allen's on the cover.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And he's dating Haley Steinfeld.
That's pretty dope. That is amazing.
Congrats, Josh.
Good job,
That's
Josh.
awesome.
We're so proud of you.
Fucking Oscar-nominated Haley Steinfeld, so that's really cool.
I like it. I think there were some better options. I think Joe Burrow would have been phenomenal, but I'm a big Joe Burrow fan.
You're a Joe guy, and
I love Joe.
I can see that. And Joe would have been cool on it.
He's probably gonna be, but also my thing about Joe is like when we're similar in this way, and also there's a lot of orange in this room. It would have been a very orange, heavy, like themed cover.
That's the best color.
It is, and it would have been cool to see. But I love Josh. I'm very happy. I think this is a good choice. I also think Justin Jefferson could have been somebody.
Justin Jefferson would have been cool.
That'd have been really cool.
That's good. What were the few other players you'd like to see?
I'd like to see. I don't know. Maybe. I think J. Jeff and Joe Burrow are my big two. Jalen Hurts would have been cool.
Seeing a guy that's not a quarterback would have been cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Imagine a defensive player. You know, what defensive player out there is like,
you know what, dude? JJ retired. They should have let him be on the cover.
Maybe him like walking off the field, like when his back and he's like, you know, like kind of.
We might be a tad biased, but come on, he's JJ Watt. Like that's huge.
We are biased.
Yeah,
I bet you people are listening to this are like, what?
Why the fuck would they do that?
Way would they
they only did that for John Madden and Tom Brady.
Yeah, and they were like JJ Watt. What the hell?
JJ is the Tom Brady of defensive football.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Come on, man.
Just because he didn't win 7 rings doesn't mean. He had 3 depots.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald would have been cool too. I would have been.
Aaron Donald would have been cool.
Has he been on a
Rams
cover?
are just like really
Has
not
Aaron
good.
been on a cover?
I don't think so. I really don't think they do like defensive players like that, and I think they should.
You just kind of got to be like the man.
I mean,
that's why. But JJ has the fact JJ didn't get one in like 2015 or something like that is stupid.
I mean, the fuck it, like Nick Bosa.
That'd have been good.
That would have been a cool one.
Yeah.
Or like, imagine if they did like a coach one instead of a player. You know, that'd have been cool to do a coach one. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of coaches look lame. Let's be real.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't really imagine like Andy Reid being like,
but
on
like
the cover.
You know, Nick Bosa would have been like.
Nick Bosa would have been
cool.
One.
Like I know people would have been like, oh, fucking, you know, Trump boy and all that.
Oh,
you know?
well, yeah.
Like, but I'm like, dude, he's a good player.
Yeah, he is. You know who I think weirdly, and he kind of had like a
Eli Apple.
Huh? That would be sick. No, I could see like Shaq Leonard be on one. Like that would have been a cool one. He's a damn good player.
Yeah,
he had an off year last year.
That would have been pretty. That would have been pretty neat.
But like, I think you're right about like defensive players need more love.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, like what defensive player is like screams like, oh, I'm so dominant.
Who won defensive player of the year last year?
Fuck, I don't know. I think it might. TJ Watt.
Boom, dude! TJ Watt would have been an amazing one.
Yeah, that's like
Steelers colors all over. Oh yeah, exactly.
TJ Watt would have been a good one.
Yeah,
that's a cool one. Like I know people would have been like, Steelers are they didn't even make the playoffs last year. But I'm like, but TJ Watt's cold. Yeah. Like, come on. Like, also like there is a bunch of people who would love to see a defensive player just get that kind of love because they don't. They never do. So
I'm gonna look at best defensive players in the league.
Best defensive player. I mean, I could see like Myles Garrett being one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are predicting him to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett. Oh, dude, maybe like honestly, like Aiden Hutchinson would have been kind of cool. Like a Lions. Dude, you know what they could? You know who they could have put on? Jared Goff.
That would be dope. But you know who it should have been? Honestly, dude, these are all good fucking names. Sorry. So one. Honestly, kind of shocked they didn't do this for so many reasons. Micah Parsons.
Ooh.
Dude, a Cowboys player on the cover.
That would have been a good one. I would have liked that.
Also, this one wouldn't be as probably popular, but he's such a dog, and he's like kind of cool looking. Max Crosby would have been a cool player to have on the cover.
Yeah, that would have been, very, like you said,
Raiders,
not as popular,
yeah.
But Max Crosby's like quickly becoming like, oh, wow, he might be like top 5 pass rusher in the league kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's
really
fucking good.
He's really good. Also, offensively, just one more. I think Devontae Adams deserves to be on a cover one of these days.
Devontae Adams, and it's like kind of black and silver and stuff like that. Yeah, that so I think we're both in agreement. We like Derek Carr
on the cover in a Saints jersey. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Who cares?
Fuck it, man.
CJ Stroud on the cover. CJ Stroud will be on a Madden cover one day.
Oh yeah, is that your bold? Is that your fucking fire?
That's my bold prediction.
Yeah, is that your fire take Wednesday pick of the day?
That's it. Yep.
CJ Stroud will be on it. I like it. I really like it. One person that I was always wanting to be on, well, JJ, for sure. But I was always hoping D-Hop would be on a fucking doing a one-handed kind of catch or whatever.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. But of course, they went with Odell.
Yeah. Fuck. Stupid. 2 more things before we wrap up. Rapid fire, want your opinion. Colts quarterback Isaiah Rodgers getting hit for gambling. Apparently gambling on Colts games.
Ball cop is on it. Sergeant Ball. And guilty. Guilty. 4th and 20.
Well, this is actually pretty wild. The report came out today that the NFL is looking to ban him for life. From the
league.
Yeah.
He was egregious as fuck.
It was a lot.
I was talking to Jerry about it the other day, and he's like, he's probably just gonna get same thing as Calvin Ridley. Poor judgment. Made a poor poor decision in judgment. And I was like, no, he made a few hundred of them. Like he made hundreds of wagers.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, Jameson Williams got 6 games for it, and it was nowhere near what
Calvin Ridley did 1 game and got, or maybe it was 1 wager on 1 game and got a year.
Crazy.
He did hundreds of them.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if he was on the field during the 4th and 20 touchdown last year.
I don't either.
But guilty. If that fucking happened. Guilty.
Fuck him.
Guilty. Not having the number 1 pick would have been, I'm happy with what we have.
Me too.
Obviously.
But still.
But, the value of a number 1 pick is you just can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't undercut that.
Last thing, rapid fire, real quick. Not even going to talk about it for a long time because we already touched on DeAndre a lot. Chiefs want him really badly, but they're just trying to figure out the money. That's all it is.
They can, though.
They can. So
just whatever. Because here's the deal. Patrick Mahomes is good. I'll give him some of mine. I'll give him some of mine. I don't care. I'm like, dude, Patrick Mahomes basically is the president of Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
And he can do whatever he wants.
Yep.
He can get free shit for the rest of his life.
Oh.
Patrick Mahomes is at that Tom Brady level, which is, hey, I fucking love what we're doing here. Obviously, we're a dynasty.
Yeah.
I don't care what I get paid.
Yeah, well,
I will restructure my contract.
Yeah.
He's not even the highest paid quarterback in the league.
No.
He's like, I don't care. Like, I'll give me guys, man.
He said the other day, he's like, look, dude, I've made enough money. I'm never gonna have to worry about money.
Yeah, he's like, I
just want rings.
He's like, I'm set for life with money, which, hey, like that's the Tom Brady mentality.
Yeah.
I don't keep bringing up this Tom Brady's centric episode, but Tom Brady did this thing all the time where he kept restructuring his contract so they can sign new players, new receivers, new tight ends, new running backs, all this thing because he's like, I want help.
I respect it so
because I want to fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is doing that. He's gonna, if he wants D-Hop, he will get D-Hop.
Yeah, 100%.
And who doesn't want D-Hop? Who wouldn't want D-Hop right now?
Exactly.
Like, who's their best receiver other than Travis Kelce?
If D-Hop joins that team, that's another chip easy.
Well, yeah.
Easily.
I kind of already think they're gonna win.
Yeah, they already.
Just they're too good. Like just scheme wise, talent wise, they're just too good. Adding D-Hop, which is you're replacing Juju Smith-Schuster with D-Hop.
Yeah, and then, the thing is, it's like there's nothing going on. Andy Reid said he's gonna be there for. He said he's not even close to retiring.
Yeah.
So God forbid, something health wise comes up, he's gonna be there.
No, he's
a
dog.
Unit.
He's a hoss.
Yeah,
he's a hoss.
Yeah, dude. He's the fucking man. So
he's a hoss. He's out there in that heat right now.
I think
in the OTAs with a shirt on, drenched in sweat. But you know what? Yelling at players.
Still eating burgers doesn't matter. Dude,
yeah, he's probably eating a burger at practice.
Yeah, he's just
but it doesn't matter to him because he wins.
He's the best.
Winning is health.
Yeah,
winning is health.
True.
And you get nursed back to health every time when you win.
Yeah.
So he's gonna live to 150.
Yeah. So easily.
Especially if he wins, if he gets one more ring. That might add 10 more years.
Dude, he might live to
60.
To quote Ricky Bobby, 275, 300.
Yeah, with modern medicine
and my high level of income,
and how much winning he's doing right now.
Exactly.
Dude, you're talking oldest man in the world.
Ricky Bobby? He's just real life Ricky Bobby, but instead of NASCAR, he just coaches football. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah, definitely. He's realistic. in a different sport.
Yeah,
Ricky
exactly.
Bobby.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know down in the comments below. Out of all those free agents we mentioned earlier, D-Hop not included because everyone wants those. If we had to pick up one of those guys, who would you want? Yannick Ngakoue, Frank Clark, Melvin Ingram, Marcus Peters, bunch of guys. Bunch of guys have it. Clowney, bunch of guys available. I want one of them. I want one of them.
You remember in 2015 when we drafted Kevin Johnson over Marcus Peters? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that? Because he had issues with authority or whatever, and he wasn't coachable. And then he led the league in interceptions after that as a rookie.
There's a video of every time.
I don't know if he did that, but
when I'm talking into a mic and someone says something that makes me mad or sad, you know that video of Tom Brady where they go, "Who's your hero?"
And he goes, he's like, "Oh wow,
my hero," and he goes, "My dad."
My dad's my hero. And
my dad, he the way he touches the mic, he grabs it. I'll put the clip in.
My dad.
It's like my dad. That's me.
He's like Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Watch football. Ball heals all.